It was an act of domestic terrorism. A woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle.
She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question.
A 37-year-old mother of three was killed by ICE agents on the south side of Minneapolis. The incident happened January 7th, 2026, during a large-scale federal immigration operation tied to alleged fraud in the city. The victim has been identified as 37-year-old U.S. citizen by the name of Renee Good. In the video, you can see Renee Good amongst other protesters advocating against the presence of ICE agents inside their neighborhoods. The video begins with Renee in her SUV in the middle of the street exchanging words with the agents. Things quickly go wrong once the agents approach her vehicle in an attempt to aggressively remove Renee from her vehicle. In fear, Renee tries to flee the scene only to be struck by agents. Renee is struck 3 times in her face and upper body. Her vehicle then accelerated roughly 100 feet before striking a pole and parked vehicles. Renee was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, the viral video has sparked public outrage with divided opinions on whether or not the shooting was justified or not. Different angles of the video have people's opinions split directly down the middle. One commenter says, "I stand with ICE." Another says, "The agent had every right to protect themselves." An eyewitness at the scene said, "She was trying to turn around, and the ICE agent was in front of her car. He pulled out a gun, put it right up to the hood of the car, and then reached across and shot her in the face 3 or 4 times." President Trump took to social media defending ICE and calling the incident justified. I have just viewed the clip and events which took place in Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, and then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the officer. This is classic gaslighting because we obviously seen every angle of the video, and this is actually the opposite of what happened. Place this as an act of terrorism when the woman literally had stuffed teddy bears inside the glove compartment of her car. In the video, you can clearly see Renee exchanging words with the agents. One of the agents tries to pass the car. Once he passes the car, he gets on an ego trip. These guys are really aggressive for no reason. 2 of the agents hop outside of the car. Renee is exchanging words with them. Now, at this point, you can tell that Renee is feeling threatened and she's feeling unsafe for her presence being there with the agents. The agents proceeds to approach her vehicle, aggressively jerking at the door. Then you can see Renee turning the wheel of her tire, trying to get away from the agents. One of the agents stand directly in front of her path, in front of her, while 2 other agents aggressively try to remove her from her vehicle unlawfully. Renee then fears for her life, obviously, turns the wheels and tries to leave the scene. In doing so, one of the agents steps in front of the car. You can see one of the agents pulling out his firearm, then begins to fire directly through the windshield of Renee's vehicle. She is struck 3 times, and then she collides with a tree. This is blatantly a fear that she went through, trying to flee the scene, not trying to run over the agents, as a terrorist act, as the president and Homeland Security tries to label her as.
It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him.
You just asked me a question that presumed that the reason why this woman died is because she was engaged in legitimate protest. She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question.
The lone agent involved has been identified as Jonathan Ross. Protesters have set up a memorial for Renee, but agents have responded by kicking over the candles they have set.
Really, you f***ing punk? That's what you're gonna f***ing do?
What?
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 What? You know what the f*** that is for? What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
What is that for?
Back up.
You're gonna push me? What is that for?
Back up.
What was that
I
for?
don't give
You don't give a f*** about
Back
it?
up.
Bro, this is why we're here.
Back up.
The mayor, Jacob Frey, has had a few words for the presence of ICE in the city.
To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. What we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead, and that she was shot by ICE. We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. Not only is this a concern that we've had internally, we've been talking about it. They are not here to cause safety in this city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust. They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people. So, they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying.
Now, this is a very, very sad situation. Rest in peace to Renee. She leaves behind a wife and 3 kids. Everybody's going to have their own opinion if it was justified or not. It's your decision to look at the video and come up with your own opinion. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and we're going to bring you guys some more content.